How much time do you spend answering emails? Just think about it. How much time do you actually spend answering emails? 1 hour a day? 2 hours a day? Maybe more? But if you think that you spend more time than you wish you did, this video is for you. I am building an AI agent team that takes care of your inbox for you, and today I'll show you how to build an AI agent that takes care of your calendar for you and books meetings for you. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Matt and I'm super passionate about creating AI solutions for businesses, especially on the sales and marketing side of things. And in the last video, I built an inbox manager that reads your emails coming into your inbox and categorizes them. Now that inbox manager has a bunch of other agents underneath him, and today we're going to be looking at the one that handles your calendar for you. And instead of me talking about it, why don't I actually show you how it works? So I just sent an email to my account asking to hop on a meeting on Monday at 11 a.m. and my inbox manager Josie just went over that email and categorized it for us. As you guys can see, it used the email categorizer tool, and the output for this tool over here was a meeting email as we would expect it to do. If you want to know how Josie works, you can definitely go check out my video right over here. I'm going to leave a card for that one. But if you want to learn more about Cal, which is the agent that we're going to be going over in this video, just stick along and we'll get this going. So Josie categorized the email as a meeting email, and it sent that information to Cal, which is my email calendar bookings agent. Now, this is what it looks like on Cal's view. So under Cal's agent page, we have the information from the email that was sent over from Josie, which is our inbox manager. And as you guys can see, we have the tool to get my calendar availability. It already ran, and it identified that I am available at this time that I suggested over here, Monday, 11 a.m. PST. And now it's creating an event with the name of the person, my name, a meeting description, the time, and the emails associated to the first email that was sent. So I'm going to go ahead and approve this email over here. And the next step that we'll see happen, we'll see this being booked on my calendar and an email notification being sent to my email. And as you guys can see, just on my phone over here, I'll open this email up on my computer as well. Here you go. This is a little bit of a better view. I already received the email with the calendar invitation and name, just as we saw before. And now the next step that we have over here, which also requires an approval, just because I wanted to show you guys step by step, is a confirmation email. So I'm going to approve that as well. And it's going to pop up on my email inbox right away, actually. You see, I didn't even have to wait. It's already on my inbox over here, and I'm going to open up that email for you guys over here on my screen. Here you go. It says, "Hi James, I have scheduled a call for Monday at 11 a.m. PST. Looking forward to speaking to you then. Best, Cal," which is obviously our agent. So now that you have an idea of how this agent works, why don't we go over the tools and the processes that we have in place for this agent. As you guys can see, it works really fast and really well for our use case over here. And by the way, if you want to get your hands on this template, I'm going to leave a Google Forms down below where you can go and get your template for this tool as well and start implementing it in your own life. So let's take a look at the tools. All right, so as you guys can see, we ran through 3 tools over here on our agent. And honestly, these are the only 3 tools that I had to adapt for the system. I had a 4th one, but I ended up taking it away. So just let's go over each one of them, right? The calendar availability one, it receives inputs in ISO format, which is this little weird format that includes the date, that will obviously year, month, and day, the time, plus the time zone over here. This is the time zone information. So my agent is responsible to doing that conversion, and then it just used a Google check for calendar availability over here, looking at the start date, the end date, and the duration of the meeting as well. And over here on this tool, you do need to select your time zone. I am keeping it in my time zone. And to connect your Google account availability, you just need to go to the connections portion of Relevance AI, and you go and connect your account through there. It's honestly super easy. The other tool that we had over here was book a demo event in the calendar. And this one is the same idea, just one step with a Google Calendar event. Connect your calendar over here, and then you just have these inputs: calendar event title, description, start date, end date, and then the people who are going to be attending. Here I just put my email. My email is supposed to be the sales agent email, and then whoever sent me the email, so that person is also attached to that calendar invite. And last but not least, the other tool is to send an email. And over here also just send a Gmail one-step tool. Super simple and straightforward. Connect your API key over here, and just have this basic information. But to be honest with you, where all the information actually changes is under here on the agent portion. If we go over to the flow builder, you guys already know that I love to explain things using the flow builder, so that's what we're going to be using here today. And my flow starts with receiving an email from our other agent. And as I said, if you want to see how that agent works, go watch that video in the playlist. So over here, as you guys can see, let me zoom in a little bit. We start the flow with receiving an email from the inbox manager. And as you guys know, I have all the templated information. So that agent will send not only the email that we received, but also who sent it, when they sent it, what is the message ID, what's the Gmail thread, and all of the information required for this agent to be able to work properly. So it receives that information from our inbox manager, and then it transforms the time suggestion into ISO format. Previously, on this step, I had another tool that was just a very specific tool that did the ISO format plus the calendar availability part. But I noticed that just the agent instruction over here was doing a really good job at transforming the suggestion on the email into ISO format. And as you guys can see from the calendar one that I showed you guys, ISO format is very specific. And if the input is not in this format, it will essentially ruin your whole flow of information here, because you'll be checking your calendar with the wrong information and it won't work. So this is optional, or I'm keeping it as optional, but if you guys want, I'll make a video about that tool as well, that just transforms the information into ISO format and then does the availability checking over here. I decided to keep this as two separate stages just because it was working well when I started testing this tool. So this is how I am keeping it. Okay, so after our agent converts the information into ISO format, it goes over the calendar availability tool to see if we're actually available during that time. And then if we are, I created a little condition here, it will just go ahead and book the demo event in the calendar. So this would imply that that person already said what time they want to meet with us. We can obviously create different branches of this decision tree. That could be like someone just requested a meeting, but they didn't really specify a time. We could create a branch for that and then go around this step and until we get to this book a demo event in calendar. But this is assuming a best case scenario, and we would just go ahead and book the demo event. And as you guys know from the demo event tool, it will automatically assign the person who sent the email to that event, myself, time, the name of the event as well, and it will do all of that for us. Then once that is done, I asked the agent to write an email notifying the sender that the email has been booked. Sorry, not the email over here. The meeting has been booked successfully, and then it will write that on a separate step, and then it will go ahead and send that using my send an email tool to the person who received or who sent us the email originally. Now, what if we are not available during that time? Then I created a very simple condition over here that says to use the calendar availability tool to find the times that we would be available. So ideally, like if I say I want to meet on Monday at 11, but I'm already busy at Monday at 11, it would look at the other times on Monday to see if I'm available then. And then using that information, it would use the send a Gmail tool to create that, like to start a conversation with the person who sent me an email asking if they're available another time. Now, one good thing to note is that there's a lot more that you can do in this flow builder over here. As I said, if you receive an email, for example, that does not have any calendar information, it just has like, hey, I want to book a meeting with you. When are you available? Then we could create an information tree or a decision tree that goes and checks for availability and then suggests 3 times, for example. And with the tools that we have available here, we are actually able to do that. I just decided to keep it like this to make it the simplest way possible for you to understand how this system can be used in your business. But once you do download that template that, as I said, is going to be down in the description, you can go and edit and create different decision trees however you want. Now, over here in the tools tool, as you guys can see, all of my tools have an approval required. I would just change this to set the calendar availability to auto run, because it can always check my calendar availability and this won't hurt. It won't book anything to my calendar. It won't send any emails, which would be more compromising information that I would want to review before sending it to a client. So this one, I'll keep it under auto run. But the other two, if I'm putting something in my calendar, I would want to approve it before it happens. And if I'm sending an email, I would want to approve it before it happens. So let me show you guys how does these tools that need approval actually show up in our agent. Once you do like save your changes, which I guess we didn't really have any changes in this scenario, you will have these two tabs over here, right? To review and all tasks. Since I just set this agent live, we only have one task, which is the one that we just ran. But before, if you go back in the video, you should be able to see that it was under the to review portion. Because let's say you're receiving tons and tons of emails, and a few of them already have been like solved, or they don't need any response. You would just need to go to your to review portion and then see which ones you actually want to book, which ones you don't want to book, and then just go and click approval and approve the ones that you're moving forward with. The ones you're not moving forward with, you can always instruct your agent to be like, sorry, I don't want to meet this person. Send them an email saying I can't meet them or something like that. All right, so another thing that you could do if you go under the abilities tab is to escalate to a human. And this is actually a really useful tool. And you can use this in one of two ways, right? You can connect your email or you can connect your Slack to do this for you. So if your agent determines that that information should be escalated to a human, I can go ahead and look at it myself and then figure out if I want to reply to that email, if it's spam, if it's just cold email that is just not interesting to me, whatever the case might be, I can go ahead and look at that for myself. So all of this to say that you are able to review a lot of the information that you need to review before your agent goes doing things without you knowing about it. All right, so under the core instructions portion, this is a little bit different than what I'm used to doing. If you guys have seen any of my other videos, you know that I usually write a role, a task, and then standard operating procedures. This description over here of the core instructions actually came from Relevance AI's template, and I just kept it like this, and I just changed it over here to PST. So when you do download the template, just remember to change your time zone, and everything else should be okay to keep it like this. I didn't find any issues with the agent yet in terms of things that I could change in my core instructions. Only this thing that I had to change, which is my notes, that whenever you're using the book a demo event, to name the event my name and the sender's name. I can also attach something else to here, like discovery call, to outline that this is a discovery call, for example. And then the other thing is just when sending the emails to confirm the booking requests, I asked to keep the event's name in the subject line as well. I can also change this to anything else. So these were the only two things that I had tested out before and I decided to include in my prompt. But overall, this is a really simple and straightforward system for you to implement. But if any of this didn't make sense to you, don't worry about it. You can definitely shoot me an email and maybe we can even work together. Just let me know that you're looking for either help or you're looking to see how AI can be implemented into your business, and we can start a conversation from there. I'm super open on my email inbox. And that pretty much wraps it up for our video today. If you are interested in seeing any of the other agents that I've built for this team, feel free to click on the playlist over here and see the other agents that I've built using Relevance so far. And if you want me to help you out, please don't hesitate to shoot me an email. I'm more than glad to help you out and see if I can turn your business into something much bigger using automations and AI. All right, good talking to you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.